Hey, single takers, welcome back. 2020 has had a cost. Through all the difficulties, though, I think the greatest cost has been relationships. It's been a year of contention and disagreement, both in private and in public, both in the home and in the street. It's put a strain on families and on friendships. Now, that's especially important for us because relationships are the context that Christianity happens in. It's the context that ministry happens in. You can think about any part of your Christian life. It's about either loving God or loving people. And so today, with holidays looming over the next week and over the next few months, with a congregational meeting this weekend, I want to take a few minutes to offer us a biblical perspective on relationships. And the Bible really talks about relationships in sort of three different paradigms. The first one reaches all the way back to the opening chapters of our Bible. In Genesis 1, we see God working and creating. He's in creator mode. And we see that all the work that he's doing is so that he can create an environment where he can connect with us. The first biblical paradigm on relationships is that God wills to be in relationship. He wants to be in relationship with us. And then you fast forward a couple chapters and we come to that story in Genesis chapter 3, where now we have a tree of life, a tree of the knowledge of good and evil, forbidden fruit, and a humanity who is rejecting God's will for them and saying, we want to be our own gods. We want to know good and evil for ourselves. And they rupture the relationship with God and with each other. So the second sort of paradigm we have is of relationships rupturing. And then immediately after that, from Genesis 4 through the end of our entire Bible, the conclusion of Revelation, is God doing anything and everything that it takes to reconcile that relationship with us. Paul actually even writes about it in 2 Corinthians, I think chapter 5. He calls Christians ministers of reconciliation. That's the heartbeat of this Christian life, is to reconcile relationships. And so today, I want to offer us a simple, but what I think could be pretty powerful technique to move into this reconciliation of relationships. And like I said, it's kind of it could be a dumb little technique. In fact, I gave it a dumb name. I named it the aim, like a target. And let me paint you a picture of what the aim looks like. At our house, the Rodriguezes have a bunny. And this bunny, his name is Clover, he lives in a bunny house, and that bunny house is in this sort of patio sunroom that comes right off of our dining room, and it overlooks the backyard. And I'm sitting in our sunroom a few days ago because it's pleasant, it's nice. I was probably sipping, I don't know, my 6th or 7th cup of coffee, and I looked over and I thought, I'm gonna let Clover out. Clover's fun, he likes to play, he's cute, he bounces around. And here's the thing, Clover's really good, so long as somebody's there with him. And so a few hours later, after I'd gone about my day and I'm finishing washing our dinner dishes, I remember, oh, Clover's out. I've got to put Clover away. And then a few hours after that, as I'm actually dozing off to sleep, I remember, ooh, I've got to put Clover away. And then 2 days after that, my wife looks up from her laptop and she says to me, you know how I want to end today, what I want to be doing when our day's coming to a close? I want to be out in our sunroom. I want to be sipping some coffee, playing a board game with you. watching our kids jump on the trampoline. And I thought, oh, that sounds so good. That's exactly where I want to be at the end of the day. And so you see what she did. She put the aim out there. Here's the purpose. And as soon as she said that, she invited me onto her team, moving towards this common purpose. Because I thought, that's exactly what I want to do too. But then she said, but you know why we can't do that? And that's when it all rushed back. Oh, it's because the bunny messed up the different corners of the room, and he sort of chewed on a throw pillow, and he made a mess over here. And I thought, oh. But you see what she didn't do? She didn't say, I'm really frustrated that you did this. I'm disappointed in you for this. I'm really angry about this. She didn't start out by saying, I don't like this wrong thing that you did, and I'm going to tell you why I'm right. She started out by casting a vision, a purpose, an aim that we can both be part of. She invited me onto her team, and then she said, here is what we're against, together against this. Not why I'm right and you're wrong. It's not me against you. It's us against this thing. And there's something to that. It might not be enough to deal with so many of the complex issues that we have going on in our country, in our homes, in our town, but it is a principle to live by. It's not our goal as Christians to be right. It's our role as Christians, our goal as Christians, to be reconciled, to put out there, here is the vision. Here's where we want to get to. Here's what I want to see happen. Do you want to see that happen with me? And if we do, if we can agree on that, here is what we're up against. It's us against this thing. It's not me against you, just to see who's right. Because Christianity is not about being right. Christianity, the heartbeat of our Christian life, is about being reconciled. So with that, I hope we have an awesome meeting this weekend, and I hope that you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving.